friends, I'm back here to do another video. I'm here today to do a TBR video. So I found last year I didn't read a ton of young adult fantasy, and it's sad because that's like my favorite genre, and I just have been putting off a lot of books. So here's a mix of books that I'm going to kind of put on a bookshelf, and I'll post a photo on my Instagram once I do it. I have to put it in like a very strategic spot that I like. My puppy doesn't get to it. So yeah, but here are like 15 YA books. Some of them have been on my TBR for a while, and I'll kind of point those out to you. And some of them I've just got relatively recently, or in the last couple of years. I don't think any of these I got in 2023. But yeah, let's get into it. A Corner of Right by Jacqueline Moriarty is one of those books I got from Book Outlet when I was still supporting them, and it's like a modern day fairy tale about these characters that like they run away from a magical kingdom and then they have to go back to the magical kingdom. It's a series too, so like it's very, very short. I've just had this book for so long, and I would love to actually get around to reading it and see if I like it. I've heard a lot about this author. She wrote like the Year of Secret Assignments, but this is her only like fantasy book. So yeah, I want to read it and see if I like it. So that's why this is on this list. Also, Unravel the Dust by Elizabeth Lim. I did start this and then I put it down because I wasn't feeling the characters, but I do want to read it. These covers are so pretty. I got this at ALA before the pandemic, so I've had it for quite a while, and I just have to decide if I'm going to read it or not, or I'm going to DNF it, or just like not pick it up anymore. But I do have it, and that is why it's on this list. And the first book was like a Mulan. Oh, I think it was Spin the Dawn. I think it was Mulan. Yeah, and this is the sequel, and I really liked book one. I thought like the competition elements was super short, and the book changed elements like the first half a lot more. But I'm still excited to see how this series rounds up. And then All of Us Villains by Amanda Foody and Christina Lynn Herman is a competition-based novel that I do really want to read. And book two came out. I think I have book two. I think one of my friends got it for me for Christmas. But yeah, this is another competition book. I want to do a reading vlog where I read this and Lightlark because they sound really, really similar. People really like this and people don't like Lightlark, so I want to like do a vlog for that, but I just have to get around the time to do it. I'm also heading into show season in May, which I know I'm not going to read a ton of fantasy. So yeah, this is probably going to be like a summer project, but The Color of Dragons. This is a book I might read for a vlog of the books that Cassie loves because she keeps biting all my books, especially ones that are on certain shelves. So I got this from my friend Tiffany. It's a dual novel, and it's a dragon. I think they either turn into dragons or there's dragons in their society. But again, this is an R.A. Salvatore writes a lot of adult stuff, and Erica Lewis, she wrote, I don't know what she wrote, Game of Shadows and The Call of Dragons is a young, this was her young adult debut. So yeah, I hope I like this, but yeah, so I'm excited, but Cassie has bit that one, so it might wind up in that reading vlog one day. And then The Extraordinaries by T.J. Kuhn is his supernatural story that I did want to read, and I just literally was writing down our bingo prompts, and one of them is superheroes, and you get extra point if it's not Marvels or DC, so this one might work for that. An Owl Crate book, Together We Burn. This one has flamingo dancing magic, which I think is really exciting. Again, The Kiss of Deception is one that I got relatively recently, but this one's been on my TBR for so long, and it's like 3 different point of views. A princess runs away from the guy she's supposed to marry, and then you have her point of view, the guy she's supposed to marry, and the assassin, and you don't know which point of view you're reading from. So yeah. Dreams Lie Beneath by Rebecca Ross is a book that I desperately want to read, and I thought it would work for a prompt that for like Aurelium, but it only can have 2 E's in a title, and this technically has 3. But I do want to read it. And I think this has to do with dream magic. So yeah. And I said I was going to read it in the month of April because I'm part of the Mindwalker realm. And that's like my job is to dream walk. So we'll see. Bella Morte by Bella Higgins is a vampire novel. Again, I'm not talking too much summaries just because I don't really know. But this is another one that I want to read. I'm really hesitant going into vampire stories because I normally don't like them. But I'm willing to give the book a chance. I've been a bit more or less selective in the future, but if you would have asked me a couple of years ago, no vampires at all. I think my friend gave this to me because she was done with it. Small Favors by Erin A. Craig is the beekeeping one, and I want to read this one. I think this would be a perfect spring read because it has a springish cover, and I just want to read that. And then The Ones We Burn by Rebecca Minks. I have no idea what this one's about. But I think this is like political drama, I think. But there are witches in this story. And anytime I see witches is definitely a buzzword for me. So that's why I picked this up. And yeah. Another really old one is The Song of Rats and Ruin by Roseanne A. Brown. And I have read her YA, her young adult book, her middle grade books, and I really liked it. But yeah, this is all about revenge and vengeance. And I am really excited. I want to read more by this author. So this is definitely one that's high on my list. I've talked about this one a while. Castle in Their Bones by Laura Sebastian is one that gave me Three Dark Crown vibes when I was like seeing it around. I still really want to read it. Another book that's been on my TBR for the longest time. And the one that's been on my TBR for the longest that is probably in the stack is The Last Magician by Lisa Maxwell. This is a magic book that has time travel and I want to read it. I really, really do. I just haven't got around to it. I have every single book in this series, so there's really no excuse. So yeah, tell me what are some books on your fantasy TBR if you read YA. I know not a lot of people actually read YA anymore, like from people that I follow, but I love it. So yeah, let me know in the comments what are some YA books or adult books that just have neglected you have not read. I would love to know, and I'll talk to you soon for my next video. Bye, Book Dragons.